Do you want to get into reverse engineering but think everything that you find is way too advanced and you don't really know where to start? Well, there's multiple options that are really nice for beginners. The first one is called begin.re. It's a website by Ofire, and on this website you will start analyzing Windows binaries. So if you're using Windows right now, there's no need to buy any special hardware for getting started with reverse engineering. You just follow her instructions, and in the end you will even do something very practical where you hack Minesweeper on Windows. So you will have hand-on exercises that are super helpful with getting started with Windows reverse engineering. Maybe you find that begin.re is a little bit too fast, and for this reason I can also recommend you the Black Hoodie workshop from Marion, which is on x86 assembly, where she really goes through all of the instructions which helps you with reverse engineering such binaries. Reverse engineering on Windows doesn't just end on reversing Minesweeper. There's a lot of cool stuff, many Windows internals to be discovered. Yarden covers some of them in her blog posts, and you can read them if you want to get into Windows security and all of those low-level internals. Most likely, your laptop or desktop PC is based on x86. However, you also have some ARM devices. Almost every smartphone is based on ARM, and also most IoT devices are based on ARM. So it's a good practice to also learn this different assembly instruction set. Azaria has a website where she covers a lot of those basics, and she also has a book about this topic. If you want to get into mobile devices, I can also recommend to you Maddie's Mobile Reverse Engineering workshop, which is covering applications, both Java as well as native libraries on Android devices. In this workshop you will learn how to reverse engineer a basic malware on Android. If you want to get to know more about Android malware, I can also recommend to you looking up any recent write-up. Malware develops very fast and it might have very advanced techniques to hide. Here's one report from Excel about a Björn Leon botnet on Android, which is using very interesting security bypasses. In the iOS world, it is much harder to get started. There is not so many good tutorials that are beginner-friendly. I found one from Inverse Course about iOS exploitation, where she goes through all the very basics of writing an exploit, and she also is using different tools than me. So she is using Cycrypt there as well as LLDB. So if you watched my videos on Frida, these are really a good thing to complete your knowledge with other tools as well. Once you got to know the very basics of iOS reverse engineering, you can also look for more talks about this. For example, there is Objective by the Sea, which is a really good conference, and I can recommend to you watching Christine's talks, where she's also using Frida and similar tools like me. Christine also has a podcast on cybersecurity, which is called Her Hacks, which is very new, but there's already a couple of episodes available. If you like podcasts, I can also recommend to you the Unnamed Reverse Engineering podcast. In every episode, Jan and Alvaro are interviewing experts in the field about specific topics. And in each episode, there's also a list of links, so it helps you to get started in similar interesting topics. Finally, one more hint, because not everything in reverse engineering just depends on the operating systems, but sometimes you also have stuff that depends on the programming language. For example, C++ is really a nightmare when it comes to reverse engineering, but luckily GAL has an open source training where you can learn how to reverse engineer C++ binaries. It's an open source training, which means that it is available for free once you register on the website. In case you know other cool resources to get started with reverse engineering, feel free to post them in the comments below. Thank you.